If you missed any of our latest videos, be sure to check them out.
Welcome back to Sister to Sister. I'm Kai.
And I'm Dee.
And today we're bringing to you another video. And this video is going to be our places we've been to.
Okay, so let's start with Kai. So the places that you've been to, and just tell us a little bit about that place and what maybe have been a memorable experience there.
Okay, so I've been to Florida. What makes that memorable is I was born there. And I met my brothers and sisters for the first time. And my mom and my daddy. Yeah. And I grew up there for the most part. I've been to Georgia.
Sweet Georgia.
What's memorable about Georgia is the culture. It has a really fun southern culture to it, which it reminds you of Florida, but like a New York mixture with Florida, kind of.
Well, Georgia, Atlanta actually is the Empire State of the South. That's its nickname. So that's why it feels like New York, because New York's the Empire State. Atlanta's the Empire State of the South. Okay, go ahead.
I've been to South Carolina. I've lived in South Carolina for a few years. What's memorable about South Carolina, they're about their money with their hustle. They're 9-to-5ers. And I met some really cool people in South Carolina that started out as my friends, but kind of became my family too.
Okay.
I've been to Tennessee. What was memorable about Tennessee was Chattanooga. Those hills you drive through. I've been to New York. We moved from Florida to New York. What's memorable about New York?
It's New York.
Yeah. Well, the cities and stuff like that is pretty cool to hang out with your family there. Plus, you guys were born in New York.
Yes.
Pennsylvania, there's nothing really memorable about Pennsylvania except for Philly. You get a really good Philly cheesesteak. And you can see the Rocky Monument in Philly as well. I've been to New Jersey. It's the hood. I've been to Chicago. I like Chicago's culture as far as like the food. Really good food you can't really get anywhere else. Plus my favorite family members is in Chicago. Some of them, not all of them, because Dee is with me. So I've been to Indiana. It's the hood. I've been to Kentucky, another hood. Houston was very nice. It's very hot, but very nice. They have really good food there too. I haven't been to the mall, but I heard the Galleria, and it's another one that's pretty good. So hopefully next time I go back, I can check it out. They have really nice houses. I've been to DC. You know, DC, boring. Yeah. Hood. Virginia was very interesting. Stay tuned for a story time about the time me and my grandma had been to Virginia in the Maryland area. I've been to Maryland. I've been to North Carolina. A lot of my family's from North Carolina. It's the hood too. But it was very nice and relaxing and calming. I've been to Toronto. I did not go to Drake's restaurant. Now, Drake, if you happen to watch our video and you want to fly me out on your aeroplane,
Yes. The aeroplane.
Call me on your hotline.
Is that one of his songs?
Yeah, hotline.
Okay.
I've been to Niagara Falls. It was very fun. I've been with Dee and I've been with the kids. It was very fun, relaxing, educational. We had fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll post a pic of Niagara Falls. Okay, so I'll shoot with all the places that I've been to.
Now, before she starts, she is international. Let me tell you, okay? So don't judge me. I'm hood compared to international.
Okay, so this is in no particular order. I just started thinking about, okay, all the places that I've been to, and I started looking at the map. So I've been to LA. I went for work. Salt Lake City for work. LA was very interesting because I actually got a proposal from the taxi cab driver while I was in LA. So that was pretty interesting.
Story time.
It's not much to the story. He just was like, "You're single?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was just like, "You want to get married?" And I was just like, "No, I'm on my way to work, but thank you." And then in Salt Lake City, I just went for work for the weekend. It was beautiful. The mountains were beautiful. There was no traffic, which I absolutely loved. There was no traffic. So I don't know what the deal is going on in Salt Lake City, but it was beautiful and there was no traffic. And I remember it was cold out. So I don't remember if it was like in the fall. It wasn't winter, but it was probably sometime in the fall. And then Houston, parts of Houston is hood.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot.
Yes,
that.
you forgot about the stray dogs that we saw running all around in certain neighborhoods. And the one thing that we did love about Houston was it Roscoe's Chicken?
No, the Breakfast Club.
Oh, it's the Breakfast Club. I don't know why I'm thinking Roscoe's, but it was
It's better than Roscoe's.
Wait, I don't even know what I've never even been to Roscoe's.
It's in California.
Okay, so I've never been to Roscoe's. But it was the chicken and waffles. So we had chicken and waffles at, say the name of the place again?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. I had never had chicken and waffles. And I'm so glad I waited. It was so delicious. The chicken was so well seasoned. All I can say is I love chicken wings, and those were the best chicken wings I ever had in my entire life. I'm not a huge waffle fan, but delicious food. Yeah, a group of us went.
Let me just say this about the chicken. It tasted like they seasoned the chicken with hot sauce.
Yes.
And
like it was infused.
And if you guys are familiar with Tony Chance's seasoning, it tasted like they put the Tony Chance's Creole seasoning, hot sauce.
It was absolutely delicious. So we're looking forward to going back to Houston to have some more of the Breakfast Club food. And I may try something else on the menu, but I will definitely be getting my chicken wings. Missouri, I've been to St. Louis. What did I go see in St. Louis? I forget. But I stayed downtown St. Louis. I did some sightseeing. Someone recommended a place to get some delicious floats, so I followed a friend's suggestion and we went and got some delicious floats. I can't remember the name of the place offhand. Just did some touristy stuff. And then I also went there, I think, for a wedding a long time ago. It was Kansas City, Missouri, I think. So that was eons ago. So I went to Kansas City, Missouri. Just stayed, I think it was like overnight, did the wedding, and then I don't know if I came back that night or maybe stayed 2 nights. And then Minneapolis, Mall of America. Just pretty much that's it in Minneapolis, and some shopping at the Somalian shop, and having some Somalian food at the place right next to the like the market to go shopping and stuff.
You know, when we went to Texas, that Somalian restaurant with the tea, it was...
Yes. I don't know the name of the restaurant, but it was near Belvedere somewhere, or Bel Air. I don't know.
Beaumont.
Was it Beaumont? Okay. So anyways, it was not good Somalian food. The place in Minneapolis, of course, was on point. I'll have to take Kai. Maybe we'll have to go soon. But yeah, I'm like, the Somalian restaurant was on point. The shopping right next to the Somalian restaurant, the market there was on point. Great deals. Illinois, Chicago, Wisconsin, the Dells, and where else did I go? Lake Geneva, for like a resort type spa girl thing. Well, we didn't do spas, but stayed in a resort, and it was a girls trip. Michigan, I went eons ago for a wedding, and then I hopped over to, I forgot what part of Canada is right outside of
it was
like the Detroit area.
Sister.
I forgot the name of the area. But anyways, hopped over to Canada for the day. I want to say like Winnebago or something.
I think you're right.
I think it might be Winnebago. But anyways, I'm not too sure, but hopped over to Canada for the day or that evening and hung out for the evening. And then I've been to Alabama. Okay,
Sweet
so
home Alabama. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum.
what is it? Oh, I'm coming home to you or something. Okay, anyways. So I went to Alabama. I forgot what part of Alabama because I was a lot younger. I went with my grandmother. And we went to actually a Jehovah's Witness conference. Have you ever been to one of those with Granny?
I have, and I always got in trouble every time I went.
Oh, this was a huge convention. I've never been to like a convention like this before. So
yeah. You definitely meet a lot of people at those conventions.
It was huge. But we had a good time. I can't remember. It was just she and I had gone, and we drove up to Alabama by ourselves. I can't quite remember if someone else.
See, I only like going to those things with Grandma when she gives me those candies out of pocket.
Oh. Where else? I left off at Alabama, Florida, Tampa, Miami. Miami was like a fun trip with some friends. That was super cool. We had booked a hotel online, paid for it in advance. We got there. They didn't tell us it was in the hood. So we got there.
The whole Miami is the hood except for like the South Beach part.
Well, we got there and the hotel did not have any hot water. There were some other things going on. I think that the beds were like not even made. People were smoking. Oh, what is it? On that endo, sipping on gin and juice, all out in the hallway. Yes, it was a hot mess. So we were just like, this isn't what we signed up for. So we went and put in a complaint. We videotaped it. The complaint at the service desk. The people were not helpful. We ended up having to call the toll-free number. We ended up getting placed in the nicer side of town, down the street from where the Dolphins play.
Okay.
I think that's where the Dolphins are. So that's Florida, then Georgia, Atlanta. I stayed in the Atlanta area in Decatur for a little while near Stone Mountain. And I stayed there for a little while. And actually, Kai visited me a long time ago when I stayed in the Atlanta area. You probably don't remember. You were a youngin'. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and I had like a little graduation. That's a whole nother story. So anyways, I didn't stay in the Atlanta area for long, but yeah, been there, made trips back and forth. What else? Then South Carolina. I actually was not there when Kai lived there. Did I go? No, I didn't go while you were there. But I went to Myrtle Beach with some friends to go hang out. Friends trip. And then Virginia Beach, again with some friends. Actually the same friend I did Myrtle Beach with, Virginia, we did Virginia Beach, and then we took another trip to Virginia where we went to the Shenandoah Valley. So if you've never been to the Shenandoah Valley, it was absolutely beautiful. We went in the winter time, and we stayed on a house that was literally on a hill like this. So when you parked your car was at like a 45-degree like angle, and it was kind of scary. But it was a beautiful house. We rented out the house for super cheap. It was a 5-bedroom house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 bedrooms. So I ended up getting the master. So that was really, really nice. It was just like 3 of us girls, 3 guys. We weren't like an item or anything like that. We were just all friends hanging out. So we did that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. You can go skiing, all that stuff, tubing. So Shenandoah Valley, shout out if you can get up there to try it out. And then Maryland, what did I do?
You went to the mall, you went out to eat.
Oh, that's right. I had like a little bit of a long layover because somebody missed their flight.
But story time.
Yes. Oh, we were meeting up. So we'll give you guys a story time. That was an interesting story. So I spent a lot of time just like hanging out in Maryland at the discount malls and things like that. And I met up with a friend that stays in the Maryland, D.C. area, and we had lunch. So that was pretty cool. Then Pennsylvania. Okay, so my Pennsylvania is not a story time. It's story, but it ain't story time. And it was me visiting friends back in the day in the Philly area. And I just remember riding through Philly, and it was just like the area that I had gone through. I was like, there's mattresses outside on people's front yard. Like, there's couches. Yeah. So it was, I don't know what area or what part of Philly I was driving through, but yeah, so I drove through Philly, going to see someone in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Allentown, yeah. And then, then I also did I go to Pennsylvania? I did. I went with another trip with, I think, no, I didn't go with my auntie on that trip. But anyways, and then New Jersey. I went up into the mountains to visit a cousin in New Jersey. I forget what part of New Jersey. And then I have an auntie that stays in Atlantic City. Hey, auntie.
Oh, I know.
Yes, our auntie that stays in Atlantic City. And then I'm trying to think of if I had any other Jersey experiences.
It's the hood. Patterson, Newark.
Oh, but the part that my auntie stays in, it wasn't the hood. It wasn't the hood. And then of course New York. New York is a heck of a town. Yeah, actually from New York. I don't like the city, and I'm from the city, but I like upstate New York. I know, she's looking like, but I love the mountains, I love the fresh air, I just love nature, so that's why I love upstate New York. And we spent a lot of time when I was growing up, we spent a lot of time in is it Nyack or
Haverstraw,
I think that's the name of it. My aunt lived up there, had a house, and
I think it's like
spent
close to each other
up there. Yeah. And then where else? Sorry, I lost my place. Okay, New York. Oh, Massachusetts. So I haven't been in contact with my friends, but I had some friends from back in the day. So I took a couple of trips to Boston. From Boston,
I've been to Boston too.
Yes. And from Boston, we ended up going to spend an evening out at Foxwood in Connecticut. So we ended up going to the casino out there in Connecticut, so I can put Connecticut on the list too. Yeah. And then Niagara Falls, which Kai and I went to together. And again, yes. And then we'll try to insert a video clip of Niagara Falls. And Toronto. I had been wanting to go to Canada again. And I really wanted to go to Toronto, and we thought about driving to Toronto, but it just so happened when we went to upstate New York, Oswego.
Oh yeah.
We were in Oswego, and we were like, let's just drive on up to Toronto.
It wasn't far. It was maybe like 4 hours.
Yeah, so we took a day trip. We went to the falls, and then from there we went to Toronto. So it was a nice drive. My other places that I've been to, met some of my auntie's friends and family in Jamaica. So I always have to say Jamaica. I do have a friend that is from Kingston, so shout out to my Jamaican homie. I know you watching me. But anyways, so...
Do I know this friend?
Yes, you know this friend. So Jamaica, I went with my aunties. We went to Montego Bay. It was really, really nice. We took like a little trip up to Dun Rivers Fall. I think that's the name of it. So we did that, spent the day out there climbing the waterfall, which was pretty nice. And then the other place I've been to is Tanzania. Or I say Tanzania, it's Tanzania. Tanzania, baby.
International.
So I went to a friend's wedding there. Shout out to my friend in Tanzania. So hopefully you're watching too, friend. So yes, I went to a wedding there. I got to spend, I don't know how many days it was there. It wasn't that many, maybe like 10 days.
It was a long time.
Yeah, I think
was
it was
stranded
like,
with your sister.
Yes, I think it was. Just, I think it was for about 10 days. So those are the places that I've been to. So as you can see, we've been to some of the same places. Those are the places we've been to.
Right, so that was a sister video sharing the places we've been. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and get us to 500 subscribers. And then we'll be back with another video. Tell a friend, to tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your uncle to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
And if your dog or your cat has an account, have them subscribe too.
Okay. Bye.